like this happen again, what would you do?
I'd think about what I have to lose.
That's not a no, Zach.
Who writes this shit?
Fatima, I can't just let anybody hurt you, yo.
Zach, you still haven't learned the lesson.
Yeah, first of all, this Family Matters parody from Key and Peele is my favorite Key and Peele sketch. It's so on point in terms of how things were behind the scenes of Family Matters, with how ridiculous the show got. But it just fit perfectly. When I was watching episode 13 Thursday morning, if you watch my review, you know, for one, I gave the episode a negative 18 out of 10. I despise this episode. I truly did, because you could say what you want about the writers of Sistas season 7 and 8, but I swear, for as much as they messed up the Zach and Fatima dynamic in that series, it is not as bad as what Tyler did in this episode. And yes, if you look at the writing credits directly after the theme song, you see that Tyler Perry did write episode 13. Oh gosh. This woman is the biggest hypocrite ever. I can't fathom the thought process of writing Fatima in this way. It's just disgusting to me. And after, okay, I'm recording this on a Saturday night, so what? Thursday, Friday? For the past 3 days, going back and forth with fans. I'm thinking about the entire dynamic of the Zach and Fatima relationship. And please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I've ever heard Zach say, I want Fatima to suffer. After, let's say, he felt wronged by her in any sort of way. Now, granted, has he lied to her in a self-destructive, okay, I want to hurt her to the point where we're done? Yes. In Zatima season 2, when he lied about effing Connie. And then in Sistas season 3, I think it was 3, when Fatima orchestrated a plan with her friend, who was not named at the time, but I'm just going to assume it was Angela, over the phone. Remember, this was when it was found out that he was like tapping the phones at work to listen in on conversations. And she made up this whole conversation with the friend to make it seem like she was playing Zach and liking Hayden. Hayden recorded the call, edited the thing together the way he wanted it, and then sent it to Zach. He overheard it. And then this was after he had come back from Danny's after telling Karen it was over. So when he got in the house or apartment, he told Fatima that, yeah, me and her are back together. And he only said this for the purpose of hurting Fatima because of that voice message that he was sent. So, there's that. But for Fatima to just be honest and say, I want him to suffer, I feel like this just showcases her bullshit even more, because she's like, I want him to learn a lesson. And Dr. Reed says, I was going to say suffer. I want both. So for the people who always say, well, yeah, and I agree, Zach beating up Jeremiah was more than just about Fatima. It had to do with his anger and hatred towards his brother too. Yeah. But if you could look at what Zach did to his brother and dissect that he didn't just do it strictly for, getting back at him for his woman getting attacked, then you should be able to see that Fatima's full of crap, because she doesn't want Zach to learn a lesson. She wants him to suffer to the point of groveling to her like in season 5. I honestly do not think I can look at Fatima the same way anymore after this. I honestly can't. Look, Sister season 5 was a train wreck, but there was some redemption in season 6. But with Fatima, what she's doing currently in Zatima, I cannot honestly look at the same way she's going to tell Zach when he gets home from jail. I don't know if I could love you the same. I don't know if I can ever love you the way I want to again. I don't know if I could ever look at Fatima the same way again, at least in this series, because there is no justification for what she's doing. Because all I can do is think about the whole situation with Wyatt in the haves and the have-nots. Okay, we know Zach got out in episode 14, and thankfully nothing went wrong. But she doesn't know what could have happened behind, those jail walls overnight. Because remember, Jim had Wyatt in a monitored situation in jail until Veronica went behind his back, paid off a few people, and had violent inmate force himself on Wyatt. And then Jim was pretty much, just dumbfounded when he found out the truth of what happened. And I'm thinking anything could have happened to Zach in that jail. Her attitude, oh, he's been there before. Can you believe she said that? Is it accurate? Absolutely. Has it been played up for a joke that Zach has been to jail more times than Karen said? That's the father of my baby. Yeah. But at the same time, that's ridiculous. To have him, to knowingly have him behind bars for something he didn't even do. Like I keep saying, this entire situation could have been handled better if, let's say, Fatima made it clear, look, my boss can call the DA or this person, that person, but look, it is in the middle of the night. There is literally nothing that can be done right now. But first thing tomorrow morning, I'm going to get on this. Maybe the only benefits of this is that Zach can at least cool off, and then I can have the opportunity to get things together so we can get him out as soon as possible in the morning. But no, for her to just say, oh, I'm choosing not to do anything because I need to think things over. Your ass isn't the one behind bars for a crime you did not commit. Or they could have expounded on this more like, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I could make the calls, but given the fact that the video's gone viral, and even though he's innocent of murder, he could still be held accountable for, assault. That's going to take some judge power. And these judges aren't necessarily available at this time of night. So, or at least show us, if they would have had us go like, okay, we see Fatima on the phone, or, hey, I just called Andy, but she looked into it, but the assault thing could make it even worse. But the only people who can override this are not available until tomorrow. That would have been more than enough. But no, her actively choosing, it's up to me. She basically said, Connie, he ain't your man. And then Connie and Tony kind of bowing down to it's not our place. Bull crap. That's your friend. Who cares if his partner, fiance, or whoever is saying, I don't want him out. Well, you could drag your feet, but we're going to do what we need to do it. Get him out. But then, them realizing that there's nothing they can do. Hey, all you can do is wait. But no, it's just for her to be the biggest hypocrite. All the time she's crashed out. How many times have we seen Fatima just patronize Zach and talk down to him about something he's done? Then she turns around and does the same thing, and she gets applause for it. Fans just love it. Yeah, that's right, Fatima, beat that person's ass or tear out their stuff. They deserve it. They had it coming. But as soon as Zach does it, he's a man-child. He needs to grow up. He has so much to lose right now, and he's out here acting a damn fool. Hypocrite. Say what you will about me, but dang it, she is being more and more Karen-like. This started in Sistas season 5, and it's gotten even worse. It has gotten even worse. I mean, with Karen, it's mostly the lack of her own accountability in terms of their relationship falling apart. In Fatima's case, it's not keeping the same energy and basically making it where it's like a do what I say, not as I do mentality in their dynamic. What made Zach and Fatima such a compelling couple is that neither one of them were perfect. They were both hurt from past experiences, and they were finding healing and love in each other. And as they went through the, episodes and seasons dealing with, better communication, not allowing, situations from their past to come haunt them and, damage their relationship in the present, it was like a hero's journey that they were taking together. But now this is arguably one of the most toxic relationships in the entire series, whether it be the sister or Zatimaverse. Yeah, definitely Gary and Andy's worse, but Zach and Fatima aren't too far behind. I mean, I don't see any coming back from this. I don't see any way to come back from this, especially because guess what? Fatima didn't get him out of jail. It was Nate. It was Bryce. It was Judge Simon. Two of the characters who, arguably do the most damage to Zach in his relationship and his livelihood. But now they're the ones who came in clutch. They were the ones who weren't dragging their feet to get Zach out of jail. Bryce obviously wanted to do it to hopefully get back on his good side. So you could argue there's some selfish ambition there. But Nate was like, no, that's my boy. I ain't going to have him go out like this. And then Fatima, of all people, who was actually the victim in getting attacked, no, he needs to suffer. Yeah, that's all I got. Hypocrite. Ain't no coming back from this. Ain't no coming back. And this is the woman he wants to marry? Really? Really?